Excellent. So it's really good to have you, Rory, here live on the radio with us. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to. We just got done listening to the song Fire from Sun Keeps Rising. And tell us what's going on in the music world. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I've been down here in New Orleans for the past few years. I moved down here 2 years ago from Chicago, New York City before that, and as you know, Delaware before that. So I recorded that record about a year ago with Justin Tracy, who co-wrote that song Fire that you just heard up in the Hudson Valley, New York. And just been down here writing. I'm going to have a follow-up EP probably sometime, maybe this year. Not exactly sure yet, the release date, but working on that. And, might be coming through Delaware, Maryland area in the summer of 2017.
Nice. Excellent. So I saw something. I'm not sure if you're allowed to talk about it. So if you're not allowed to talk about it, just say, hey, you know what? That's still pretty quiet. But you put on your Instagram page yesterday that you're on set filming a television show. Are you able to talk about that, or are you filming something that's kind of still under wraps?
Yeah, it's still under wraps.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about it, but it's for a really, really cool show, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So
awesome.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about it at a later date.
Yeah. So once, excuse me, I've been fighting a cold. Once it's actually out, we will contact you and find out what's going on there too.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Excuse me. All right. So a little bit about what you've done. You're an award-winning artist. You've been featured on the same albums as such talents like Cyndi Lauper, Jamie Kent. I believe you did some with Todd Carey, right?
Yeah, I opened up for Todd a few years ago, as well as Curtis Peoples at the Cafe Live in Wilmington.
Okay, awesome, cool. And then one of my favorite recording artists of all times, you actually were on an album with her, Emmylou Harris.
Yeah, that was my first record I recorded with Will Ackerman up in Vermont, and they were working on this album with this guy named Dexter Brown, who runs Animal Media up in Vermont, and they've got a huge social presence. They got a nice website, and they give animals a home that are abandoned or abused and stuff like that. And they were making this compilation record, and they had some great artists on there. I believe I know that Shelby Lynn is part of the association there, but they got Emmylou Harris on there. They got John Oates. Will Ackerman was, of course, on there, and they ended up picking my song because I was making that record with Will. So Will made the connection and got my song on there. So that was really cool.
That's awesome. And Will Ackerman, did he have something to do with Paul McCartney? Am I remembering that right, or was there some Beatles connection there?
For one of the sessions that we had up there, he was in touch with Steve Holley, who was the drummer for McCartney and the Wings. Okay. Back in the day, as well as Elton John. Steve has done a array of stuff. So that was probably one of the coolest sessions I've ever had. He ended up bringing his whole, some of the percussion instruments from the Beatles sessions, which is really, really cool. And if you go on my Facebook and look hard enough, because it's been a while since I've posted it, but I'm holding the tambourine with Steve, and I'm kind of like, it was just a electrifying moment. It's really kind of crazy.
That is awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's rock royalty in so many different ways. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Cool. So we have some students behind microphones right now that are listening in, because I run this as both. We're broadcasting right now globally as well through the Pike Creek Valley, Wilmington area. And our students are in a class that I teach them. And so we bring artists on every week. We had recently Andy Stack from Buffalo Stack. He also is a studio guitarist who's worked with the Avett Brothers. We had Andy Fight live from Sweden, who's a jazz philosopher, composer, who's really big. So nice. You are kind of joining what's become a pretty good thing for like Famous Friday. We're finding some great talent bringing on, so we're so pleased to have you. But students, go right ahead. What questions would you like to ask Rory? What do you think?
Well, I really liked that song that we played, Fire. I personally really liked how it sounded, and I just wanted to ask. What was your inspiration to write that song?
Well, that song started a few years ago. I wrote these lyrics originally with my brother, Devin, and shout out to Dev. He's in Charlottesville right now. So that song actually was written quite a bit differently. It was more of kind of like a straightforward, kind of groove. It didn't have that groove for the chorus that it does now, but when I took that to Justin Tracy as one of the songs for, potential tracks for the album, he kind of, we kind of talked about it, and we kind of dissected it a little bit, and we kept the kind of Beatle, chord changes throughout the chorus. I'm sorry, the verse, and then we ended up changing the chorus to a more kind of groovy feel, and we felt like it was maybe a little bit more appropriate, and it was a little bit more interesting. So the song has kind of gone through like a little bit of a metamorphosis, process, which is cool, which is what should happen with songs, and working with Justin in general, it's pretty eye opening. So that's just one example of working with Justin on a song. So I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was like really well done. I'm probably gonna try to listen to that when I get home later today.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song.
Oh,
cool.
Also, how long have you been making music, albums, and such?
I believe the first record I made with Will was, I started it in 2009. I believe it came out around 2000. I'm sorry, I started in 2008. I think it came out around 2010. It was a couple of years in the making. We usually set out to try it and do it as quickly as possible, but everybody knows that it takes longer than you want it to. So I'd say like 2011 was my first release, and then made a record with a group of guys in New York City after that, and came out with a single called Better Now, and then the latest record, Sun Keeps Rising. So it's been a few years, and then before that, I went to school in Maryland at Cecil College, and I was playing bars and restaurants, kind of getting my chops up before making albums. So
that's pretty awesome that you've been doing it for this long. And I need to check out your music because I really liked that.
And the other thing you don't know is Rory, and he still hasn't seen the footage, which I think is actually what's going to be surprising for him. Rory's going to be featured in an upcoming documentary that I've been working on called Up Close. And so we actually have been following people who play house concerts.
Oh, really?
And so we went down to Maryland and saw him and recorded it, and the footage looks phenomenal. And he was playing this entire album in its entirety. That's kind of, I was very redundant there. The entire album in its entirety. I realized after I said that, I was like, wait a minute. Hey, are you outside right now, Rory?
Yeah, because I'm hearing birds or something in the background.
I am outside.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm like, what is that sound? That's awesome though. I mean, I'm jealous. What's it like in Louisiana right now?
Oh man, it's nice.
Nice and warm.
Springtime down here is really nice. Wintertime, moving from Chicago, it's such a nice change, from the cold weather. So wintertime's kind of nice, and then springtime's really, really nice. There's not a lot of humidity in the air right now, and it's just a nice morning. Plus, my wife's sleeping right now, so I don't want to wake her. So, I'm gonna stay out here. No, it's a really nice morning. So it's all good.
You're only 1 hour behind us, right? So it's 7:14.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you waking up a little bit early. I know in musician time, this is really like 5 o'clock in the morning for you.
Yeah.
So much appreciated for you to come on. We're going to do a quick segment here, rapid fire questions. These are just quick answers. Probably will take no longer than probably 5-10 seconds for you to answer. But we're going to be really quick. And so we're going to kind of count down. If you go over the time, I'm just going to the next question, okay?
Okay.
You ready? All right.
Ready.
First question. What color is your toothbrush?
Blue and white.
If you could be any animal, what would it be?
If I could eat any animal?
No, if you could be any animal.
Oh, a penguin.
A penguin, wow. Who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
What's your favorite thing to do in the summer?
Probably go to the Fly, which is a park down here, and just have a little picnic and watch the tugboats go by.
All right, that's good.
Tugboats, that's a boat, not fight.
All right, describe yourself in 3 words.
Honest, easygoing.
I think that's 3 words. Easy going, right? Or is that hyphenated? Do we have to call him on that?
We'll call
Michael.
it 3.
Michael, do we got a call on that?
There's a dash in there.
There's a dash. Do we give him one more word?
Yeah.
All right, you get one more word.
Happy.
Happy. All right. If you were invisible, where would you go?
Oh boy, that's a really good question. I mean, probably, backstage to a Killer concert. I don't know. Maybe like backstage and see like Paul McCartney and like his.
Yeah, you'd be invisible, right? So like you could go wherever you wanted.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. I like that. I like that. All right. Here's one for the girls that are in the studio. All right. And we know that you're married, so hopefully this does not get you in too much trouble. Describe the perfect kiss in 3 words.
Oh, boy.
He's like, oh, wait.
Better get this right. Heartfelt, meaningful, and I don't know. My mind just keeps going to the Princess Bride, and that's kind of all I can think of. Where they do 3 perfect kisses. So I don't know, like whatever that is.
That's your answer. I got it. All right, a couple more. We're almost done this segment, and then we're going to turn it back to our students, and we'll kind of ask you what song to play off this album and wrap it up. All right.
Cool.
What's the thing you're most afraid of?
That'd be sharks.
Ooh, are there? I guess there'd be sharks in the Gulf of Mexico. Absolutely. All right. So, if you could talk to any of our presidents, which one would you pick to talk to?
I'd say probably Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln or probably George Washington. Yeah, I'd say those guys.
All right. What supply in your house is running low right now?
Well, it's definitely not coffee. I just forgot on that. Let's see. What supply? Guess it could be anything. It doesn't have to be food, right?
Right.
Dude, I'm always low on batteries, man. I'm always low on batteries.
All right. That's good. And we're wrapping up. The last boxers or briefs?
Great question.
It's gonna be a combination of boxers and boxer briefs.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Same.
You survived our grilling. Congratulations, everybody. All right, good job, Rory. All right, that's the rapid fire. All right, so tell us a little bit about where can we find your music? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so my website is RorySullivanMusic.com, and I'm hanging out most these days on Instagram. My handle's at Rory Sullivan, and also on Snapchat at I believe it's Rory Sullivan Music, and Facebook is at Rory Sullivan. So pretty much everything except Twitter's we're at Rory Sullivan. So you just type in Rory Sullivan Music in Google, you're gonna find me.
Okay, so I find that interesting. So you're on Snapchat, right? So
I am.
So everybody could follow you on Snapchat. Do you find that you have a lot of interaction with your fans?
It's growing, and I'm still experimenting with the platform.
Okay.
I'm still experimenting with that. I'm still trying to kind of find, what makes Snapchat different than Instagram stories right now, and I know there is, and so I kind of been experimenting with the two. I find Instagram a little bit kind of where I hang out more these days than Snapchat, but I still use Snap for videos and stuff like that.
Well, we have some Snapchat experts here in the studio. So I find that, as a matter of fact, my level 3 class, I actually have 2 girls that I think live on Snapchat the entire class. But we have Stephanie here, and Stephanie, you're going to need those headphones so you can actually hear Rory. So Stephanie, what I want to ask you is, if an artist was using Snapchat, how would you want them to use it in order to best engage their fans? What would you want to see? Talking to the mic.
To post like their everyday thing. I don't know how to explain it. Like what they're doing.
So just you want to kind of know what they're doing when they're not doing music.
Yeah.
So behind the scenes.
Yeah.
How about when they're working on new songs? Would you want to hear that?
Yeah.
Previews.
Previews.
Previews. Would you ever write to one of the musicians or send a Snapchat to them?
It depends. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
How would you feel if an artist actually sent something back?
I would be so hype.
Yeah. All right. So I think your answer there, Rory, is it works just like any other social media, but it allows, from what I can tell from my end, it allows a higher engagement with your fans. That you could make somebody's day.
Well,
go ahead, William.
I think that like Instagram probably is more likely better than Snapchat, because in Snapchat you have to find them by username or add them. Like you have to know the person or something. Most likely that's how everybody adds each other, right? But in Instagram, it's like you're followed by multiple people and you're easily found, and then you have stories and additional. So it's like 2 in 1.
That's true. They really stepped that up recently. See, I feel like the students here, they know this better than you and I could ever know this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of a learning curve. When I started this all, it was kind of like right before the big boom of all this stuff. I think, I was using MySpace.
Wow.
And, MySpace was big from, 2005 to 2008, and that was like the platform that would like level the playing field for all musicians, and that was like the one place. Everybody from a major label to, independent musician had their music up on there, and that was the one platform. And then, it's basically extinct now.
Right, I know.
And it's technology's moving so rapidly now. You don't know what's going to be hot tomorrow. You don't know what's going to die tomorrow, or come up. So thank you guys for that. And I mean, it seems like I guess you can't. Maybe there's more engagement with the Snap, because with Instagram you can't really like snap back. I know you can send a message for stories, so that's cool.
Right.
But I guess music and non-related things. So maybe I'll do more of that.
Cool. Excellent. So Sun Keeps Rising's the current album. We know you're working on a new one, so that's awesome. And so we'll see that maybe 2017, 2018. We just played Fire before you came on. What song should we play on the album to wrap up our segment? Which song would you like to hear on the station?
I think the song that actually ends the record, it's called Girl from the Sea.
Girl from the Sea, right.
Yeah, we just had St. Patty's Day, and this is definitely like an Irish-inspired song, so I think that might be a good way to wrap it up.
Awesome. Well, we'll get that on here as soon as there we go. I just queued it up. I forgot I still had that playing, so it just started immediately playing. So, Rory, we want to thank you for taking some time out of your day. Thank you for waking up a little early. We'll get the podcast up here. For those of you listening to the station right now, this is Rory Sullivan, spelled Rory Sullivan. Rory will be coming back through this area this summer. I highly recommend that you go see any of his concerts. Puts on a great show, and really one of the best vocalists and guitarists when you look at both the skills combined that I've heard in the area for this style of music. You're really solid, and proud to have you on here and supporting what you're doing.
Thank you, Greg.
Absolutely. Anybody have anything to add before we let Rory go?
I'm good.
You're good? All right. Excellent. 88.1 WMHS, Sun Keeps Rising. Rory Sullivan, thank you so much for your time. We wish you well. We can't wait to hear what you're working on this television show or film or whatever it is, this top secret project. Couldn't get you the talk, but I will get you the talk eventually. All right,
sure.
So here we go. Girl from the Sea, live off the new album, and we'll add this to our rotation. Enjoy, everybody.
Thanks,
Take care.
You too.
I wonder how life started to be. The boundless skies, the air that we breathe. I only know the need to be near. No running now, I'm staying right here. face each day with no need to pretend. Our eyes open wide, not a glimpse of the end. Wonderment realize she feels my heart fall. The waves moving through us, the push and the pull. To live and a time to fly. The wind circles around us as we hold on tight. She means more than the whole sky. Together we drift on side by side. She lives down by the sea. I hope she stays right there with me. She's all I got, that's all I need. My lovely girl, my girl from the sea.
.1 WMHS. That was Rory Sullivan playing a song off his album that we just also had on the radio. Did you miss the interview? Are you just joining us? If so, that's okay. We're going to put up a podcast on our Facebook page. Ryan, what's our Facebook page? Do you remember at this point? We've said it a number of times.
I don't remember off the top of my head, no.
All right. Well, you're going to get this ingrained into your head. Facebook.com/881 WMHS. It's pretty easy to remember, right?
Yeah, it's basically just the radio call out.
It's FM radio, 88.1 WMHS. Excellent. So we're going to get this up onto that site. Please like us, share on social media, and come, join us and see what we have up next. See what we have up next. See what we have up.